If heaven and hell were both closed down, how many people would remain religious? Buddhism encourages moral behavior without reference to heaven or hell, and this is a unique aspect of the Buddha's teaching. Many so-called free thinkers are not truly free thinkers, but are simply lazy to think. Just because they do not want to seriously ponder the meaning of their existence, they label themselves as free thinkers. However, Buddhism has no place for these kinds of thinkers. Buddhism encourages people to think freely, but deeply and without bias. The Buddha has given full freedom for man to think freely, without depending on the concept of a God, a Buddha, or any teacher to understand the truth. That is true freedom. According to some Western thinkers, Buddhism is known as the religion of freedom and reason. However, freedom must be guided by reason. Otherwise, people can abuse that freedom. Although some people say that free will exists for man to exert, we know that without proper training and guidance, the use of that free will can lead to disastrous consequences. A child may have free will, but it must be taught not to play with a live electric wire. The Buddha emphasizes that free will is not a gift from any external source. It is intrinsic to us. Human behavior, human character, and humanistic minds are characteristics developed over many lifetimes. Whether we are cultured or uncultured, civilized or uncivilized, religious or irreligious, good or bad, wicked or kind, depends on our mental habits developed life after life in the past. These characteristics are not given by anybody. Religion becomes important to guide and direct man's way of thinking by providing proper guidelines. The purpose of religion is to help a human being train their mind so that they develop understanding and act in a morally responsible way. They do good because they know it is the right thing to do, not because they want to avoid punishment or receive rewards. Religion is an aid to individual development. Why should we not depend on others to stop our evil, wicked, and selfish thinking? If we stop because we fear punishment, we will never give our mind a chance to cultivate understanding, kindness, and compassion. Sometimes, people do good deeds or provide service to others expecting a big reward. If this is the motivation, they will not develop true sympathy and understanding. They become selfish, avoiding evil deeds to escape punishment and doing good to gain rewards. This is selfishness, and the Buddha did not advocate this. If heaven and hell were both closed down, how many people would remain religious? Buddhism encourages moral behavior without reference to heaven or hell, and this is a unique aspect of the Buddha's teaching. The main purpose of religion is not to ensure escape from punishment or gain rewards, but to help one become perfect, end physical and mental suffering, and be free from dissatisfaction. The Buddha wanted to cultivate humanity according to moral and ethical codes, discipline, and character, without resorting to temptations of heaven or fears of hell. This is why Buddhism is described as a religion of freedom and reason. The Buddha encouraged learning with an open mind, to investigate and understand the world. He advised us not to accept anything based on mere faith, as blind faith can make one a follower without true understanding. Such faith can lead to religious fanaticism, as people react emotionally to religious authorities, rather than deciding rationally about what is true or false. A child, for example, may be threatened or beaten by parents for misbehavior, but this only creates fear and does not help the child understand why their actions were wrong. Similarly, using religion to bribe or threaten people leads to superficial adherence without real comprehension. Religion should guide people toward understanding, not toward fear of punishment or hope for rewards. In Buddhism, there is no threat of punishment. Religion's duty is to guide, educate, and enlighten. Punishment is the responsibility of the law, not religion. Buddhism offers a unique kind of freedom. From birth to death, Buddhists are not bound by rigid religious laws. For instance, there is no religious law governing marriage or divorce. If a marriage recorded in heaven can exist, why can't it also be erased upon request? That is true freedom. We must act based on personal conviction and not blindly follow religious laws. Religion should be accepted with an open mind to serve others and understand life's meaning. Across the world, people fight to spread their religious beliefs, often creating hatred and jealousy. Some religions promise heaven to those who convert, claiming exclusivity over salvation. However, Buddhism teaches that anyone, regardless of their religion, can attain heaven by cultivating humane qualities and living with dignity. Buddhism does not believe that only followers of a specific god can enter heaven. Even those who do not adhere to a religion but live virtuous lives are respected from a Buddhist perspective.